All right, ladies and dudes, we're going to get heavy on this one, so hold on to your butts. What's up, YouTube? It's this guy, Jeremy McDonald. Let me hear you say it. One of your very favorite people with Parkinson's. Of course, that's Jeremy, also known as J-Mac, Jeremy Mac. Let's do this thing. Okay, it's this guy, one of your favorite people with Parkinson's. I hope so, anyway. All right, this episode is going to be a tricky one. Here goes my doggy. How you doing, Max? By the way, you may hear some noises back here. I've got a nest of squirrels in my soffit and fascia. So if you hear scattered little paws clicking, it's the squirrels. But enough of that jibber jabber. All right, this is another one of them subjects I don't really like to talk about too much. Parkinson's, waiting for a cure? Question mark. Let me. For those of you who are new to the channel, let me just back up a little bit. Let me give you some history. I was diagnosed in 2013 at the age of 36. Got a breeze coming. Feels amazing out here. My son had just been born. He was, I guess, 8 months old at that point. I've been feeling bad for a long time. When I finally got my diagnosis, it was a bit of a relief. But the real comfort I got, at least initially, was going on these websites, these like Michael J. Fox and several other websites, and checking on the cure, where they're at on the cure. And I was told by people on the internet and by doctors, we're so close to the edge. There's so many good things. And it's been 11 and a half years later, and they're still telling us we're so close to so many good things. Well, that's all fine and good. And I do believe there has been some significant research accomplishments with the biomarker. That's huge. I think it's some kind of alpha-synuclein. They can test it out of, like, from a spinal tap to check on progression of the disease. There has been some other things like some extended release medications and things like that. But let me just drop some science on you. I'm still on the same damn medication that I was when I was first diagnosed 11 and a half years ago. I've tried all kinds of different medications. The one that still works the best is Cinemet, L-Dopa. And so for a long time, back to my initial thing, for a long time I would just go on these websites every day and check on the status of clinical trials, and this medication is being approved, and this therapy shows promise. Eat this gourd. I'm making a joke here. Eat this gourd from some place in Zimbabwe, or sting yourself with bee venom. Just all these things. I mean, you name it, I was reading about it, and I still get a lot of friends and family that are concerned about me and send me articles for various cures and research. And I appreciate that, and I thank you, but I came to a point in my life where I had to stop looking for potential cures, because frankly, I don't think I have the positivity that necessary to keep going down that same rabbit hole, so to speak, and coming up empty over and over and over again. Am I saying give up hope? No, absolutely don't give up hope. I mean, that's the one thing about this channel. You can't give up hope. Hope is so important to our psyche, to our moods, to our family life. But I got to tell you, I missed out on some things because I was so worried about being symptomatic that I didn't want to go out in public waiting for some miracle cure to come along. And I've heard it described like this, and you can take it or leave it depending on how you feel about it, but I can't remember who said it. I think it was a doctor I was talking to, but it was some medical paper I was reading, and it said I think this neurologist said, we are an Einstein away in neuroscience from really cracking Parkinson's. And I thought, well, that's refreshingly honest. Basically, the guy was saying, and I should have had his name, but it's something I read years ago. I read a lot. I can't keep track of everything. Basically, we don't have that guy, that light switch that click on from that genius to really know exactly how to beat this thing. And that was honest. I appreciate honesty. One thing my old MDS did say, I said, do you think there will be a cure in my lifetime? And he kind of made this look and he goes, I think you will have better therapies. He's like, I don't think we will have a cure. And that was also very honest, because I got to tell you, sometimes you go on these fundraising websites and I'm not knocking them, don't get me wrong. I mean, somebody's got to be the motivator for that type of thing. And they list off all these things and all these therapies and all this potential. And I feel like, at least from my reaction to it, I got my hopes up. Now, we need people researching. We need people fundraising. So please don't take this as a knock on the researching or fundraising game. I just realized for myself, I was living for a cure, living for a hope of a world without Parkinson's. And I've said on this channel before, I mean, sometimes I feel like my doctors are just hitting buttons on like a comm switch or something to see what'll light up and what won't light up. And I appreciate my doctors. I've got good doctors. I feel like I've always had pretty good doctors. They listen to me for the most part. Good bedside manner. But cure is a risky word to say when you keep putting this out. We will find a cure. I hope so. But for me, I can't live for that cure. I've got to live in the moment. So I go to the mall, my hands are shaking, so I have to use a cane. I'm not going to let it stop me going to the mall because I'm waiting for the next magic pill to come out. And by the way, these magic pills all have side effects. That's what they don't really tell you. So hopefully I didn't bum anybody out. And just from my perspective, I just got focused so much on the cure and hoping, there's the squirrels, hoping and crossing my fingers that the cure would happen before I got too ill. It's been 11 and a half years, and like I said, I'm still on the same damn medication I was before, with really no end in sight. I mean, my DBS decision, I decided not to go forward with that for now. The focused ultrasound, I think, is just too new of a technology. The more I hear about stem cells, the more I feel like that's probably the most likely therapy. So am I okay with having Parkinson's for the rest of my life? I have to be, because I don't know that anybody can promise me a cure in the next 5 to 10 years. I'm going to be 48 this month. So let's say I live another 22 years to be 70. I guess in 22 years, but you got to realize I'll be much older by the time they find a cure, and the age is something that never stops creeping up on you. Once again, hope I didn't bum you out. Just trying to be honest about my perspective, and maybe it'll encourage you to maybe go out and do some things and stop sitting in your house or whatever waiting for a cure, because I did that for a while, and I wish I wouldn't have done it. I wish I would have got out and enjoyed life a little bit more. Email me at Jaymacpodcaster@gmail.com. Love getting messages. Hello to Sven in Deutschland. What's up to Uzi and David Gephardt up in Canada. Yeah, by the way, I think I'm going to start getting flag t-shirts from the countries where I have listeners at, so I can say kind of like, give you a little tribute. By the way, I am working on some t-shirts. I've been dragging my feet, no pun intended, because I have Parkinson's. My wife made up this really cool logo, so hopefully within the next month or two they will be available. That's all I got. As you can see, I'm having a blast out here on my deck. Love it. That's all I got from the sunny and breezy city of St. Louis. Peace and love.